So you may have been told in order to add or subtract fractions, they must have the same denominator. That is always true, but there might be a shortcut. So I'm going to show you the standard way of doing it, followed by the shortcut. Then you tell me what you prefer. First, we're going to give them the same denominator. 4 times 3 gives you 12, so 3 times 3 gives you 9 as the numerator. 3 times 4 gives you 12, so 2 times 4 gives you 8 as the numerator. And we will end up with 17 over 12. That is the standard way. Nothing wrong with that, pretty fast. I'm going to show you the shortcut by drawing a butterfly. Or if you study chemistry, maybe you can call this an atom. So let's call it a butterfly, okay? How do we use the butterfly method? First, I'm going to take 2 times 4, which gives me 8. And I'm going to take 3 times 3, which gives me 9. And finally, I'll just take 4 times 3 to give me 12, and we will get 17 over 12. Same answer. Do you find this faster? It works for subtraction as well. Let's take a look. 2 times 4 is 8, minus 3 times 3 is 9. And then you take 4 times 3 to give you 12. You get a negative answer. So you must be careful with this method. You must always start with the first numerator. Always start from the first numerator when you draw your butterfly, okay? So when you draw your very first butterfly wing, make sure that it circles the first numerator. So we have 3 times 3, 9. Then we have 4 times 2, 8. And 4 times 3 is 12. You get 1 out of 12. There you go. Now, multiplication is actually the easiest thing to do when it comes to fraction. Why? Not only is it straightforward, you just need to multiply this and multiply this, you'll get the answer. But you can also simplify it before you multiply so that you will deal with smaller numbers. So let's make our lives easy. Simplify it first. How do you simplify a fraction? You must always simplify a numerator with a denominator. Numerator and denominator, okay? So this is a numerator, this is a denominator. I'm going to simplify it. Divide this by 2, divide this by 2. That's it. Divide this by 3, divide this by 3. What do you get? 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 1 is 2. You get half. Straightforward. When you see a divide, always remember Kentucky Fried Chicken. What does KFC stand for? Keep, flip, and change. So let me tell you what it means. You keep the first fraction, you flip the second fraction upside down, and you change the divide to multiply. From there, you just need to multiply, which we already know how to do from the previous question, right? So let's just multiply. And there you go. Can you leave your answer like that? Or must you change it into a mixed number? Both are accepted in an exam. As long as they are in simplest form. You can leave your answer as an improper fraction as long as it's in the simplest form. I'll be revising more topics like this to prepare for P4 and P5 end of year exam live starting 17 October. To join, just comment Math Talk and download your free worksheets. See you there!